So I've been playing set 11 of Teamfight Tactics on the PBE over the last day, and I can confidently say it is pretty fun. Before I give my full thoughts, I just want to give you a brief rundown of my history with TFT, just so you know where I'm coming from when I give my opinions. To start off, I've played every single set and half set of TFT that has come out. Now, despite that, I only really play the game casually. I never go too hard on trying to climb the ranked ladder. I usually get to about plat and then just kind of start inting the crap out of my games. TFT is the game I play when I have my morning cup of coffee, or I'll have a game when my friends have all left Discord for the night, but I don't quite want to go to bed yet. And it's a nice little low effort game, unless you're a pro player or something. And if I'm having a shit game or not doing well, I'm not tanking my teammates because, well, I don't have any. I've at the very least liked playing every single TFT set. I mean, I guess that goes to show because I've been playing the game since it came out. But the sets that I liked the most were the ones that tended to be more dynamic. You know, the ones that make each game feel unique. And set 10, which is the current live set, it just didn't hit that mark for me. And while I think it might have been one of the most balanced sets, it was also kind of one of the most boring. I think making spatulas so rare and removing a lot of the trait crown augments, it constricted a lot of the wild comps you could make. And as a result of that, it just felt like it stifled a lot of the creativity. And set 10 also toned down how much of an impact the portals in the beginning of the game made. And while I loved the theme and the general aesthetic of set 10, it just felt like the game was very quick to get stale. Now, I'm going to try and put recency bias aside because whenever a new TFT set drops, I can get very excited, and the discovery and experimental stage of the game, it's always my favorite. But set 11 really is doing it for me. The main thing I'm loving is the set mechanic, which is encounters. And encounters aren't quite a new mechanic to the game. I guess it was kind of experimented with when there was a for fun patch a little while ago where the giant bunny would appear and drop goodies. And encounters are a little bit like that, but there's a huge amount of variety to the things that could happen. Things ranging from getting like temporary items or having the choice to get your win-loss streak just instantly set to the max. There's just heaps. And I don't even think I've come across like even a quarter of them yet. There are so many. During the stage, you'll be able to see when the encounters are going to pop up, but not what they're going to be. And they typically show up once per stage, sometimes twice, but you'll never have more than 5 throughout the entire game. And while it looks like they'll replace combat rounds, they don't, they just show up before them. They can also show up in carousels, and this is where like the special carousel mechanics have just been moved to. You know, like the double component ones that just had like a rare chance of showing up. Now they're just, you'll see when they're coming, but also not what they're going to be. I've heard a lot of people talking about the Kane encounter, which seems pretty crazy, but I haven't personally seen it yet. It sounds like fun though. And from what I played of set 11, the encounters mechanic is just going to be extremely beneficial to the people who can just utilize quick decision making. And while I feel like that might hurt the casual players a little bit more, I just feel like all of the changes makes the entire game a little more dynamic, which, as I said before, is one of the things I tend to like the most about a TFT set. The one thing I'm not really liking at the moment is the look of all the champions this time around, and maybe this could just be me trying to like get used to the new champs, but the visual clarity between them is a bit rough. The biggest offenders are certainly like the Story Weaver champs. They all look similar, and especially all the backline ones, and which makes managing them on your board a bit of a nightmare when you need to do things very quickly. And although set 11 is still on PBE, you know, balance isn't final, I kind of predicted that this set is going to be nowhere near as balanced as the last one when it goes live. This is mostly because the champion classes and traits, they all feel a lot more complex this time around, and I'm sure it won't be long before someone develops like an egregiously strong comp that's just going to break the game's meta. Overall though, I think your enjoyment of this set is going to come from what kind of brand of TFT you like to play. If you thought set 10 was like the best one yet, and you liked the predictability and the more rigid structure of the game, I don't think you're going to like this one as much. And while I can't speak for how the higher ranked players or the pro players are going to like or dislike this set, I think if you're like me and you like the same things about TFT as me, and you like it when the game's a little more unpredictable, there's a lot more stuff going on, then I do think set 11 will be for you. The problem that TFT runs into after being a live service game that drastically changes every 4 months or so, everyone has their favourite set and it's a different one, you know? Some people like the Elementalist one from set 2. I thoroughly enjoyed making Infernal Singe. That was a dumb champion combo. It was a lot of fun. Some people like set 3 because, you know, me mech, no pivot. And yeah, some people like set 10 for the more rigid and, you know, predictable structure. Set 11 isn't going to be for everyone, but it certainly is for me. And if you're like me, then set 11 will be for you too. But if you've played every set like I have, then you're probably just going to play this one anyway, regardless of if it's better or worse than the last set. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry this video is a bit of a short one and that I've been gone for a bit. I've been working on some much larger projects that have been taking a lot of my time recently. But set 11 is a lot of fun and I thought it was worth talking about. So have you played set 11 yet? What did you think? Let me know why you didn't like it, and I'll see you all soon with something I plan to release a long time ago, but time is a construct, then deadlines aren't real, so procrastination can't be either, right?